Welcome to Pork Chops, Rice, and Peaches. I'm Richard.
I'm Noah.
So it's happened. It's finally happened, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I took the advice of all of you who have said, watch One Piece, watch One Piece. And last night, I started watching One Piece, and oh, am I glad I did. Now, go back in the Wayback Machine to March or April when we filmed the introductory story. If you had told me what the last 10 months would be like, I would have told you were insane. But I actually started watching the trailers.
Yep.
I did some of the reading of this online, and I found it a little bit difficult. And I'm a book reader. I'm a lit guy. So having a paper copy... You just gave this to me for Christmas.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Having the paper copy is just going to fit my groove. But we've recorded on the trailers, and we watched the live action, which I absolutely loved.
Yep.
And then at home we started the cartoon, the anime in English. Mm-hmm. Now, I think the only redeeming value to that one is the voice actor for Luffy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I saw very quickly, there's too much screaming.
Yeah.
I would not be able to watch this. There is just too much screaming.
Okay.
I have no patience for it.
Too.
And you're like the smoker who lights his next cigarette with the butt of the...
Yeah, I can do that old schoolyard trick too.
Yeah. Anyway.
I could probably crack this with the previous one if I really tried. Moving on.
So your mom has been binging One Piece.
Yeah.
And
I've heard.
She's
I've
like
heard.
deep
She's
into it.
deep into it. She's just putting it on and she's letting it run while she's doing other stuff. And she's like zoning out for the fights and then paying attention when it's dialogue.
She's the consummate consume the content. She can turn it on and she does other things because she needs 3 things going at once.
Yes.
Which is why she will only watch the English dub.
Yes,
right?
because we don't speak Japanese, so...
Exactly. Which this whole thing would be a whole lot easier if we did.
Yeah.
So I sent you the message last night, and I said, where do I watch One Piece? And you sent me the link, and then I couldn't make the link work. And so I got off my phone, and I went to the computer, and I couldn't get anything to work. I couldn't get anything to play. And I saw what was obvious downloads, and I said, okay, I need help. Your mom, being smarter than I am, sent a message to your brother.
I did.
In the basement. Oh, you sent the message?
I sent. That's when I said, hold on. I immediately pulled him up and went, hey, can you go help Dad with this? Because it'll be way easier for you to help him with this in person than it will be for me over text or call.
Okay, I thought...
Nope, that was me.
All right, my apologies then, because your brother comes upstairs.
Yeah.
And this is where, and here's the other odd thing about One Piece coming into our life, okay? Is that not only is your mom... watching it, right? And I'm watching it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I learn a little bit about your brother, which is that he runs a keyboard like Elliot Carver typing in that Bond movie.
Yep.
His fingers fly across the keyboard. And he gets down and he's like...
disgusting.
He says...
Absolutely disgusting.
Dad, let me drive. And he grabs the keyboard and he grabs the mouse and all of a sudden his fingers are a blur and all you hear is clickety clackety clickety clackety and he's like, no, that won't work. Hang on. Clickety clackety clickety. Okay, hang on. I got to download this. Clickety clackety clickety. Okay, this is going to download. Wait, you got an old slow computer. This will take a moment. 5 minutes later. Clickety clack. To make a long story short, I looked at him at one point and I said, son, where did you learn to do all this stuff? Then he said, hacking video games. I'm like, what? So I find out through this whole process that your brother's really talented
he's
at
really
computer
good
stuff.
With computers.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
he is. Imagine being just on call with him on stream. We're both streaming, and I'm like, hey, why isn't my stream doing this? By the way, link to that in the description. I stream occasionally. Might as well
plug it.
Plug it now while I can, shamelessly. And I'm just like, why doesn't this work? And he's like, and all I hear is that over headset.
Yes.
Yeah, he's insane. And then he's like, oh, do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so One Piece allows me to learn a little bit about about his talents and his skills, and then I sat down last night and I watched One Piece Romance Dawn.
Yep.
Now, I've read this in the manga.
You have.
Which
is why I got you the 3 volumes in one, because I knew you had already read it.
Well, I'm gonna reread it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I have seen it in the live action, or portions of it in the live action.
Yeah.
And then I watched the One Piece. Thank God for those people putting that together. What a pleasure. None of the screaming, all of the just watch the story unfold.
Yep.
And it was an absolute delight. And they captured what, unfortunately, the live action took out, which is that whole Helmeppo story.
Yeah.
That whole "you're not worth disciplining," where you get those tugs on the heartstrings.
Yep.
That you told me about when you introduced it to me.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I watched it being preserved, and said, "Oh, this is really good." And here's the best part. I watched the Japanese version and read as I went.
Yeah.
And that was a delight.
Hearing the Japanese voice cast of One Piece is legendary. And they are so talented. They are so iconic, their voices are.
Well,
to the point where the Japanese dub of the live action is done by the original Japanese cast.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is good.
It is
that
fantastic.
Is really good.
It is absolutely fantastic.
So, I don't have anything new really to say about the Romance Dawn arc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything new to say about the characters in the story because I'm a little bit familiar with them.
Yep.
But
you've seen this 3 times in 3 different mediums now.
And I like it. And I'm liking it more and more each time.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to allow me to go deeper into the original source material, which is something that fits my jam a whole lot better than watching it. But what a community. This is more like a celebration of the community. I mean, like, I've been welcomed, enthusiastically by everybody who's leaving comments.
Oh yeah.
And
Thank you.
As I'm driving here, I was thinking about, the thing that's kind of like heartbreaking for me is all the comments from people saying, I wish I could have shared this with my parents or something. But this has turned into a family event.
Yes,
this has gone from a suggestion you made to just this whole family experience, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And for everyone who said, try One Piece, wow, were you correct? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read first, finish an arc, then go watch the One Piece for it. Your mom's gotten so deep.
She's so far ahead. For context for everyone watching, she just finished Long Ring Longland. He doesn't know what that means.
I was just thinking
but that's how far she's gotten in about 3 months.
I walked downstairs one day and I looked at the screen she was watching and I was like, oh, that must be the architect, or not the architect, the archaeologist.
Archaeologist, yep.
And
you're right.
Like, when did she join the crew? And your mom said, 27 episodes ago. I was like, yeah, okay, that's how far she is, right? Mm-hmm. But I knew who it was.
Yep.
And I've seen the reindeer, do the Hulk treatment. Yeah, it's like, oh, look at that. He is big, but he still has a squeaky voice.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm here, and it just keeps, the whole experience keeps getting better and better.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. One Piece fans, that's where I'm at. So many people wrote, "We've got him" in the comment section. Yeah, you have. So that's my One Piece update.
Merry Christmas. There's the One Piece update. He's watching One Piece. He's got the first volume, which, might I say, what a year for One Piece. So behind the scenes, the stuff that you might have missed, a big event happened in the anime, which I can't even begin to describe because you're right at the beginning of the story. So I can't even begin to describe Gear 5. But it's a big deal. It came to animation this year. The live action dropped this year, obviously. Mm-hmm. They just announced that they're going to start a remake of the anime called The One Piece, made by a very competent animation studio to update the visuals and to hopefully, which is what everyone's guess is, basically condense the version down to what it should be.
Okay.
This is still going to be a massive series, probably end up being 300 to 400 episodes by the end of it, but a traditional episode of anime is about 2 chapters per episode.
Okay.
2 chapters of the manga.
Right.
The anime as it is right now is adapting about 12 pages.
Oh,
maybe a half to 3/4 of a chapter.
Gotcha.
At best.
Right.
And that's because they're on a weekly schedule. So, if they do this correctly, then it should be a much better pace, which is what One Piece is trying to do. It's trying to match the pace of the original source material. However, you know how freaking hard it is to find this right now? Holiday season's going on right now. I have been to every store that sells books. Not every bookstore. Every store that sells books in a 50-mile radius of my house. And not a single one has the first 3 volumes right here. They all have the new stuff. And it's probably because so many people are putting it on their Christmas list. And it's probably because One Piece has gained so much traction in the past year. So I'm happy about that.
Well, thank you
But when I have to go to Amazon, when I've seen this in Barnes & Noble, I'm a bit frustrated.
Thank you for going to that great lengths for me.
Oh, all 3 clicks. They were horrendous on my carpal tunnel.
Oh, I could imagine. It's terrible. All right. So we are going to do, and you will like this, we're going to make One Piece a regular part of our content. We've decided on a schedule for it, and it's going to be, I think, 3 of the stuff that we want and 1 of One Piece, I think is what we talked about.
I think that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to keep trying to do, we love our movies, we love our TV shows.
Our video games.
Yep. So we're going to keep that coming. One Piece, we will sprinkle in a healthy amount as he reads, and
yes,
and take your time, enjoy it. I think I can speak for everyone when I say, take your time with it. If we miss an upload on a week, right?
Okay.
Seriously, it is something that should be enjoyed, not studied.
Yeah. No. I'm. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. I had a thought this morning.
Yeah.
Might be the most optimistic, naively wonderful, childish, faithful character in literature that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it just occurred to me this morning, if society could adopt Luffy's attitude, we'd be doing a whole heck of a lot better. Right. Because what does he say to Kobe? He says, "Go be the best Marine you can be. Go capture pirates. I'm still going to be a pirate. We can still be friends, even if we're on different sides of." Yeah. I thought, wow, what a wonderful attitude.
Yeah.
What an
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
Yep.
I love this story. I absolutely love this story, and I'm glad you're here for it.
Well, that's it. So. It's short, it's sweet, this is coming out Christmas week, so I hope you've had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a safe, healthy, and happy New Year. And, any more suggestions? Because believe it or not, I'm not only reading them, I'm following them.
Yeah.
So go ahead and leave them below.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.